Blessed day, guys. I was just reading in Samuel, First Samuel, and you really have to be careful of the company you keep. One bad apple can most definitely spoil the bunch. If they don't care about themselves, they can't possibly begin to care about you. You have to be careful of those people who say, I don't care what happened to me as long as you're straight. I don't care what happened to me as long as this and that get done, because those people have no regard for life. If you don't care about yourself, the main person you have to take care of, you can't care about anybody else. You can't properly. If you're suppressing your trauma, how are you going to give someone else advice who's going through it? You going to tell them, suck it up, buttercup? Because that's what you've been doing. Instead of talking about it, you've been suppressing it. Let's talk about it. Hophni and Phinehas. These are Eli's sons. And they were priests until God cursed the whole bloodline. Y'all want to see old age and everything. But why did he do this? Because they were careless. They didn't care about anything, including God. They talked bad about him. They just moved real reckless. And let me tell you the domino effect of what happened because they were moving so reckless. The Philistines had declared war against Israel. Hophni and Phinehas went out in battle. Boom, first 4,000 drop Israelites. They like, oh no, we're losing. Let's go steal the Ark of the Covenant. Because they did not ask Eli, who was their father, who also was a priest, for it. And he reigned over Israel good chief for 40 years. They didn't ask him, they just took it. Now you guys have blasphemed God, talked down on him, and wanted him to just come and save you. That's another word for a different day. You can't bite the hand that feeds you, baby. But let's stick to what we're talking about now, right? And so after they get the Ark of the Covenant and they go back to war with the Philistines, 30,000 Israelites fall behind them, their recklessness. Remind you, God had already told Samuel what was going to happen to Eli's kids and how it all was going to come to pass. So because of you, you also are responsible for 34,000 Israelites' death because you were careless and didn't care how you moved and how you talked. Let's make it even more personal. When somebody from war came back and got away and told the town, hey, the Ark of the Covenant has been taken, baby, they were weeping and they were crying out because the Ark of the Covenant was like the real presence of God nesting in that place. They knew when they had it that they overtook anything that was ahead of them. They knew that God rested in this place. What we gonna do now? Eli's sitting in the front because he is nervous. He's waiting on the Ark of the Covenant. Like, he done found out it's been taken. So when he asks the dude, my son, what's going on? And he tells them, both of your sons have died in battle, Hophni and Phinehas. That he had already kind of accepted because God had already gave Samuel the vision that your children will die and your bloodline will not see old age. Because of how they've been treating me, how they've been stealing from the church. We're going to get into it, right? So when he hears that the Ark of the Covenant has been stolen, baby, he passes out and breaks his neck. You have just killed your father. Your reckless behavior stealing from the church, you have killed your father. When Phinehas' wife hears that her husband is dead, her father-in-law is dead, the Ark of the Covenant has been taken, she goes into premature labor. She has the baby early. Not only that, she suffers severe postpartum depression and she can't even be there for the child. Because you were careless, your father has died. Your baby has been born prematurely. And your wife is now going through postpartum depression. And guess what? You're dead. She has to live through all of this hurt. That child has to live through all of this torment. You are what you consume. Stay away from that co-worker that's always negative. Every time you come to work and you see them, they're your friend, but a co-worker, but every time you see them, they're talking negative. They don't want to be here. They hate it. Now you're starting to come to work and hating work. Now every time you come here, you're finding a problem because you're relaying to them. Their energy is rubbing off on you. Protect your energy. You are what you consume. Stop hanging out with that friend who always getting into it with people when they want you by their side. Somebody done gave him what he justly deserved because he's been going around here acting careless. And then he finally met his match and now he called you, bro, I just need you to ride with me. One thing leads to another. Someone ends up dead. Now you both are facing a murder charge. You're an accessory and an accomplice. When you really wanted to tell him, bro, take the loss. It just got the better of you, but no. You nested in that company that had no regard for their own life. You see people doing things on the job, no matter what it be, i.e. cops. You see them constantly breaking the law and doing sneaky stuff. And you know it's not right, but you don't say anything. The more you sit in that, you become desensitized to the things that they're doing. You've heard them say sometimes, it's not a big deal, so now to you, it's really not a big deal. No regard for human life because you see it all the time. Well, they don't care. And this person don't care. Why should I care? Because you are what you consume. You're going to look back on your life and realize you are just as bad as the people that are around you. Don't find yourself in a situation where your family is affected so severely because of someone else's actions, where your livelihood is gone now because of someone else's actions. If they don't care about themselves, they don't care about you. They'll turn on you. The same person who you hung out with and it was always, yes, I got you, yes, I got you. The moment you say, nah, I'm sorry, I can't do it, now they coming up against you. The same person that you helped out went and give you the shirt off their back, the shirt that's hanging in the closet, and they got 10 more just like it. Be mindful, Lord, y'all. And I know a lot of people don't like to be alone, and that be a big part of it. You really don't want to be by yourself, so you holding on to the people that you got, even though the company ain't that good. No company is better than bad company. Out with the old, in with the new. Sometimes you got to get rid of that negative energy so good things can prosper in your life. So I want y'all to go through and start thinking about the company that you keep, and are they adding to you or are they draining you? Are they sucking your energy out? And move accordingly, because like I said, you're going to be in the wilderness 7 days or 40 years. Don't take 40 years to learn from a mistake that you already saw from the beginning. They showed you who they were from the beginning. Believe them. Blessed day.